Hey guys, we're doing a repair on Xbox doing the Ring of Death. Um, right now he's taking apart the Xbox. We're gonna go ahead and open up this Xbox. We have two different Xboxes here. He's gonna open up this one and show you the original factory clamps that are on the Xbox, and then we're going to open up the other one, which we've already done to prove that the once we fix it, the Ring of Death will disappear and your Xbox will be up and running like normal, like just when you bought the Xbox. So right now he's in the process of taking the Xbox apart, and as he's doing this, we'll kind of, I'll pause here for a second and let him get the Xbox taken apart, and then he will open it up and show you what's going on here. Okay guys, so here we're showing you on what parts are taken apart. So this is the CD-ROM or the drive of the Xbox. Got to make sure that you unplug the wire clamps that go from the motherboard to the DVD player. So there is the DVD player that he's putting to the side. Now there's a metal casing that covers the fans. You're going to take that off and put that to the side. Now on this fan, if you look, when you get it inside, it has, you're going to pull it down to where it unclips from the metal bracket, and there's a wire clamp just like the DVD. You're going to pull that off. Make sure you'll undo your wires first, because you don't want to mess up the fan or pull the wires out. So now we're looking at the motherboard that's still inside the casing. So now on your front, you have the RF module circuit board. You need to make sure there is 4 bolts on it, or I should say hex screws. It's a Torque T9 that you're going to use to take that apart. And let me pan over here and I'm going to show you the tools that what we got going on here. So here are the tools that we got. Okay, so you got a needle nose. We have your torque wrenches, which are one T9 and one T10. And then you have in the middle is a eye repair, like an eyeglass where you repair glasses. It's the really small flathead that you're going to undo your casing, the plastic casing, because there's little clips in there that you're going to undo. And that way you can pull your casing off of the main metal shell of it. Then we have the thermal, or should I say silicone thermal, heat and thermal, or however you want to say it, the paste. I apologize for that. Heat sink. It's a heat sink. And then you have, you got Q-tips, and you need a bottle of alcohol you're going to need for cleaning off the chips, which, give me 1 second and we'll get that. So we have the alcohol here. And then we're gonna, we got the washers and the metal washers, which are actually, you have 8 nylon and you have 8 steel washers, and they are an M5 1mm washers. And you can get those at Radio Shack, you can get it at True Value, or Ace Hardware, or at your nearest hardware store. Just like the thermal, you can get that also at Radio Shack. That's the best place to get it. And there's several different types you can get.
This is one's cheapest.
This is the cheapest one. It runs about $3 to $4. The washers, you know, they run. I think it cost me probably for total, because I bought 16 of them, just because I thought I needed the extra. So you're looking at probably give and take. We're gonna say about $4 to $5. It just all depends on where you live and so forth. So if I'm gonna try to get closer here where we can see them, and that's what they look like. And you got your Q-tips, and then you got your let me turn that around for actually we can see it. So we're gonna turn it around, that way you can get the name on it, and we got a pretty good, I'm using my iPhone to do this, so you can see exactly what it says. And then, like I said, this is what repairs like people's eyeglasses. It's just that straight, flat head on it. And then, of course, we got your torque wrench that you put your torque bits in. Then you got the vice grip, and then so forth, and then you got the alcohol. Okay, so now we're going to go back to the Xbox that my nephew has taken apart here, and we're going to be looking at what we got going on here. So let me explain what we got here first. So you got your two components here. If you look here, you have the
GPU and the CPU.
The GPU and the CPU, and which are the heat elements that control your ring of death is what's going on. And you'll see that once we get the thing completely taken apart, that what we're going to do, because we'll show you on the next Xbox that we've already done and fixed, and it has replaced the factory things that that Xbox puts on for to hold these things on, what causes the ring of death. So as he's going to turn this over, he is going to, now let me explain what we're doing here. Now this is taking the back casing off of the motherboard. So you have, and let me get over here because I know that I'm holding the phone here. Doesn't this have? I'm sorry. Doesn't this have where it has zoom on it? We're trying to get this to zoom in where we can show you guys better. And it doesn't seem, I don't have zoom on it. Okay, well that's okay, no big deal. So I'm going to get the phone closer to the Xbox and show you here. So we have, we're going to have torque. We got, right here on a point, you've got these, here, here, here,
Here.
here,
And here.
and here.
Here and here.
You're blocking the light. Sorry guys, I'm trying to make sure that we get all this going on for my nephew here. We got all this going on pretty well. So, okay, and then we got over here, I'm pointing at here. I'm hoping you guys can see this. Oh, okay, here we go. You're gonna here, and then over here, and then so forth. I know the light keeps changing here, and here. And then you're gonna have over here, 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 and here. And then you're going to take all this off. That way you can get underneath this panel here, which will show you where what we're talking about with the clamps. Oh yeah, I forgot. We gotta also explain to here. Okay, so this is what we call the RF module, which we've already taken it off. But if you see, you're going to take this off. There's going to be 4 screws, and the RF control chip here comes off. You got to take that off before you can take this casing off. So make sure when you're doing this that this comes off first before you can take this motherboard out. Okay. So that we've already done that. Like I said, we're going to show you on the other Xbox that we've already done, and we have already fixed it, and the ring of death is gone. So now you're going to make sure when you pull on this, you're going to gently pull it out, because it is a motherboard and you do not want to break any of the components on it. So make sure you take your time in doing this. Yeah, it seems like Given's struggling here, but he'll get it here. Like I said, you want to make sure you be really careful on it, because you do not want to break. I'm going to come over here to the side where we got some better light here. Sorry about the panning on this, guys. Yeah, it's giving a little bit of trouble here, so hold on for a second here.
Bent right here. He bent it. See that?
Yeah, it got bent here, so we're just, all we're doing is making sure we can get the motherboard out, because we don't want to be breaking anything with the Xbox. Okay, so he's getting there pretty good on that. Okay, there it comes. Alright, so you're going to put that to the side. Now, what you're looking at is the motherboard of the Xbox. So what we're going to do here is we're going to flip it over to the back side. Now, here, this is what I'm explaining to you, okay? So I'm going to get over here to this side here. And if you look, we have the clamps here that that Xbox uses to hold on your for the heat, for the ring of death. This is what causes the ring of death. Let me get something to point out here, and let me explain here. Okay, so these clips right here, what we're looking at right here, these things here, what happens is when it heats up on the motherboard, it flexes, and then the heat compound gets loose underneath the other on the other side, and makes it where it's now become loose, and you get the ring of death. So what these have to come off your motherboard, which now you see what we're on the clamps here. We want to make sure we take this apart for you to see it. So now you got the idea of what we're going to be doing, and now we're going to take the other one apart, and we're going to show you on that Xbox of what we've done. And I forgot to tell you on the, because I showed you on the tools and the washers, you want to make sure that you get a, on your, they're called pan head cheese screws, and they're
M5.
An M5 10.
M5.80 by 10.
Okay, so it's an M5 by 80 or .80
by 10.
By 10 is what you need to get for this, and you only need four. You need 8 of them. So, and I forgot to put that in there. We want to make sure that you got everything. Which, when we open up the other Xbox, you'll see what we're talking about. So, this is the part 1. We're gonna have a few videos going on to YouTube here. So, we just want to make sure that we got all this stuff. So, again, we don't have the screws because we've already done this Xbox here. And when he takes it apart, you will see what we've done and the clips. Now, the thing about it is now, on this Xbox, you're going to have to do one of these. I'm sorry, I'm talking to my nephew, because we're going to have to show you on how to do this, because you have to be very, very careful on this, because, of course, this is connected to the motherboard, and you do not want to break, because it can be very dangerous. If you make one mistake on it, your motherboard is completely ruined. So you got to really take your time on doing this. Don't force it. Just work it out. And you do one side, and then the other side, and then this side, and then this side. However, but you want to do one corner and then the other. So he's going to show you what he's doing. So you take a pair of vice grips, and you're going to slowly pop the one side. Okay, you see now, let me show you here. So we turn this around and we bring this over. Now you're going to see where it popped up right here, and that's all it is. You need to get these clamps off the motherboard to make it work. So, because that's what we're doing, we have to take these clips off. So again, you just slowly work them, and you don't go too bad on it, because again, you can break the motherboard and then pretty much you're fucked. So you don't want to do that because then you'd be buying a new Xbox even with the three rings of death. It can be fixed. Trust me, guys. We've done it, and we're going to show you proof that we've done this. Okay, so he's going to finish here, and as he's slowly taking a pair of vice grips, you're just going to, there's the other one. See, it just popped. So now you got that one and this one, and boom, they will come off. Okay, so now that has came off, it will drop out from underneath, in which he's going to switch it over here. Boom. Okay, so here is what I'm talking about. Okay, so this part here is the issue that, and there's, again, you have to do both of these on each side. Okay, they basically is the for your heat. The heat goes through these, and this is what dispenses the heat through the motherboard to make sure it keeps the motherboard cold, or not cold, but cool, for it doesn't overheat the motherboard. So I'm going to turn this over here, and you're going to see right here on this. This is where the thermal silicone compound gets put on. This is what I'm talking about right here that needs to be clean. You're going to clean out with the alcohol, or the easier way you can do it, you can use fingernail polish remover, and you can put that on that, and it will it'll take that off and clean it out really well. But alcohol will work. But if you want it really clean, I suggest to get some nail polish remover, and it'll take that right off of the on this and the CPU. And let me show you what we're talking about on the board. Make sure we got a good enough light here. Okay, so you see that right there. You got to make sure that's really clean, because that's the problem. Because when this goes back together, it needs to make sure we have a good seal with the new silicone thermal compound. So we got that going on. So we are going to now, we're going to pause here. That way we can take the other one off, because pretty much it's the same exact way on the one that we've done. You're going to do exactly the same way. There's no difference in it, okay? So we'll be right back, and we will start up the video for, I guess it'll be part 2, part 3. Probably going to have about 4 or 5 videos on this to make sure that you guys, that we're going to put it on YouTube, understand what we're doing, okay? We'll be back.